Free car wash with oil and filter change. If you need new tires, now's the time. Just $5 over cost now through Saturday. Only at the all-new Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear.
If you're looking for an incredible deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle from the dealer who has always put you first, stop the search. Call the all-new Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear.
This is Sammy Dixon saying thank you. Thank you very much for your business.
And good morning. You're listening to the Big Dog, WIFO FM in Jessup, 105.5 on your FM dial, Thursday morning, 28th day of January at 2 minutes after 8 o'clock. Good morning. Butch Hubbard here with you on the Big Dog. Currently, we have 53 degrees in southeast Georgia. Not going to get much warmer than it is right now. It's going to get around 56 to 57, so maybe 3 or 4 degrees warmer than it is now. 100% chance of showers later on today. And then tomorrow, it'll be gone. It'll be sunny tomorrow, high tomorrow near 62. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 66. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 71. The Ottawa River level's at 10.4 feet and steady. All right, it's now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, Jessup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway, and by Parker Insurance and Realty, located on Macon Street in downtown Jessup. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
What makes you good?
Life is good.
Life is good. So did you win last night? You didn't play anything last night? Nothing played anything last night. Okay. I just wondered. When was the last time you played golf?
It's been a while.
Has it been a while?
I'm looking at Saturday. I messed up. This past Saturday was too cold to play, but
Yeah,
Saturday before that was good, but I already had plans to go to the movie, so I may play this Saturday. I got to get ready for the Winter Blues, so I know they're out there just dying to put me on their team, so I got to.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, they're lining up. We got to have that Bob Morgan.
That's right. Got to have him.
Why don't you ever go out there and practice?
I don't have time. I work all the time.
Yeah.
It's all about work. That's all I do. Work. Get up, just say that at night I went to Tuesday and I said, we're not Tuesday night.
Tuesday night you went 2 meetings?
Yeah, didn't get any sleep that night.
Yeah, no sleep that night.
But anyway, interesting that the deadline for comments if you're going to fight this rail yard, you got till February 3rd. So the chance of getting a public hearing between now and February 3rd seems slim and none. So
right, next Wednesday?
Yeah, that's the deadline. If you want to make a comment to Corps of Engineers, they're telling the guy, tells us the deadline's February 3rd.
So you better do it quick if you want to stop that rail depot they're trying to put up there next to Broadhurst to bring in so much coal ash. So, that's going to be a big old train depot out there, you know?
So again, I'm trying to find the address. It's 100 West Oglethorpe Avenue, Savannah, Georgia, 31401. So you can reference the project on the envelope if you mail it to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Regulatory Division. Okay. The address again, 100 West Oglethorpe Avenue, Savannah, Georgia, 31401. But again, the senior spokesman, Mr. Birdwell, says that the deadline to make comments is February 3rd.
Right. So if you want to send those comments in on why that rail yard should not be built out there to bring in so much coal ash and other, I think we all pretty well know that it's just not going to be coal ash coming in on that big of a rail spur coming in with that big of a train depot.
I talked to several people yesterday. As I said, to talk to Republic yesterday, still asked for a comment. They keep saying they're going to send one. I haven't seen one yet. Invite them to the show. They're thinking about that. So, told them we'd love to have somebody from
it'd be great to have some Republic person here from Republic.
I said, everybody I talked to, I'll send you a statement, but I've yet to see a statement. So
we want to see statements from Republic and other folks, too.
Talked to Franklin Dennison, the county commissioner, who was there at the time, the landfill,
right.
He's like, a lot of us, memory,
Yeah, the memory starts fading.
So I told him, I said, I'm like him, I can't.
Everybody thought it was a good idea at the time. Nobody came out vocal disapproval of it.
Like he said, at the time that they built that landfill, the other landfill was full. And
the district was closed up.
Right, so they had to do something. So they thought the best option was to be the host. And like I said, the original contract was for just 13 surrounding counties.
Right, surrounding counties.
Area to bring their garbage in. And like I said, we were the host, so we got a discount. So that's why they did it. So, but, like I said, my memory's you know, hazy too. But the only thing I couldn't remember, it kind of hit me. I always thought Wayne County owned the landfill when they did. You know, that's the one thing.
They did great, yeah.
Yeah, but when
Not
they
this
did
one.
this, they never owned this landfill.
No, never owned it. It's not publicly owned,
That's
it's
what-
privately owned.
That's what, you know, my memory. I thought Wayne County owned the landfill one time, but they did not. So
It's privately owned property, and apparently it looks like they've got the permits lined up to do what they want to do. Now we just got to try to see if we can stop the train depot. That will stop so much from coming in.
and I said the issue's the wetlands. You know, because that's what the EPD gets their attention. They try to protect the wetlands. So that's the issue that Wayne County is hanging their hat on. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't look like they're going to be able to stop anything else.
Currently going on
You know, so
in the current area. Well, you know, we'll see. It's just one of those situations there where we all got blindsided once again, and maybe we can try to find up some service or something that can let us know when permits are being applied for here in Wayne County
but the hope
with
was for-
EPD and EPA.
But the hope was for a public hearing. But what's today's date? Today's the
28th.
Right, February 3rd.
That's next Wednesday.
Right,
Yeah.
so it just seems slim and none for a public hearing in that short of a time period. It's the deadline to make a comments February 3rd. What purpose would a public hearing do?
I know. Well, we'll see what Congressman Buddy Carter can do, and Senator Johnny Isakson, and other folks involved, Chad Member and Bill and Tommy Williams and so forth. See what they can do for us here. Let's see here. The guy that first owned the Jaguars owns Republic, or used to. Wayne Weaver?
Wayne Weaver.
I didn't know Wayne had anything to do with Republic, but I thought he was the shoe business. That's how he made all his money, was the shoe business. Everybody wears shoes, Bob. Good business to be in. Yeah, I have no idea. All right, can you put the EPA address on your Facebook page? Yes, we'll give that to Jonathan. He can put it on our Facebook page and possibly on BigDogCountry.com also. I'm not sure what all he can do there, but we will put the address. Now, which address was that for again?
Corps of Engineers.
Corps of Engineers. It's not EPA, it's Corps of Engineers, because Corps of Engineers will have to issue the permit for the train depot, not the EPA, but the Corps of Engineers. And so this would be the address of the Corps of Engineers. We'll give this to Jonathan, and he can put it on our Facebook and website for the Corps of Engineers, where you can file comments on trying to stop this train depot to be built out there. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. No doubt about that. If you have any questions or comments for us here on the world famous Butch and Bob Show, just text us. You got to text us at 912-427-3711. If you're driving, please pull over. Don't text while you're driving. 912-427-3711. If you have a question or comment about this or any other subject, we're just totally wide open today because we don't have a guest today. So it's like on Limbaugh, it's open line. This is Thursday. Okay, so just get those in. 912-427-3711. Now, 427-3711. Text us your questions and comments. So everything is still, that's still the big thing. It was on the Georgia News Network yesterday. They had a story on the fact that Wayne County is all up in arms about the coal ash being here. It was on the front page yesterday of the Georgia Times-Union, the business section up there in Atlanta. So it's getting a lot of statewide publicity on this.
Which is good. I said that's what they emphasized Tuesday night at the meeting. Public outcry is probably your best bet right now to
That's right.
get somebody's attention.
The more that Republic and the EPA and the EPD and the Army Corps of Engineers hears about the opposition to it, the more it'll make a difference. They don't hear much, and they say, well, yeah, they're not really concerned. It's just a handful of people. Yeah. So people need to do their thing. Keep those cards and letters and emails going out. All right, anything on your mind this morning, Bob? Anything going on?
Just kind of surprised Trump's taking a stance he's taking not to be at the debate. You know, it seems kind of strange that he's not going to take advantage of this airtime. And, you know, it's interesting to see all the pundits, their take on it. You know, some say he's scared of Ted Cruz, that Cruz is making, you know, come up
He's
in the
pulling up the
polls.
polls, yeah.
And that's what he's not afraid of Megyn Kelly. He's more afraid of Ted Cruz than he is. So, but that's interesting to see that tape. But, you know, like I said, this
I can't see Trump being afraid of anybody. Now, I can see Trump being trying to control the situation with someone that he has thought has treated him unfairly. But
if he becomes president of the United States, he's going to see it.
oh yeah, well, he knows that. He deals this with stuff in business all the time with that. But
Then why is he making an issue of one?
I have no
report?
idea. I have no idea why he makes an issue of that. He probably thought that they were going to try to do their best at Fox to make him look bad. And why take that chance?
Like I said last night, he's on Fox every day. He was on Fox last night with Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly was trying to talk him into being in the debate, tell him he's not going to look good not being in the debate.
Right.
It didn't make a dent. So just surprised he's passing up this opportunity to be, to get us. He's running for president of the United States, so he needs to show up. That's just my opinion. But he's not listening to me. But I'm surprised he's not been in the debate, and the stance he's taking just doesn't hold much weight.
I don't understand it either, but apparently he's got his reasons.
It'd be interesting to see what the other candidates do. Their advice is don't even mention him, don't even talk about him. Just use this as like they said, somebody's going to finish second, third, and fourth in these early presidential primaries, which is important because if you don't finish in the top four, your campaign's pretty much over with. Yeah. So,
well, guess who everybody's talking about? Trump. If he hadn't done this, we'd all just be talking about the debate. Now he always seems to do things where people they always say there's no such thing as bad publicity, because you just want your name out there. These publicists for these movie stars, TV stars, and music stars, they do that all the time. More comments coming in right here. Let's see here. It says Republic needs to hear from the folks. Well, I'm sure a lot of folks have contacted Republic, but their whole thing is we don't want a public meeting. We've got our permits. We're moving forward. And that seems to be their stance, isn't it?
Yeah, their stance is they don't want a public hearing. They don't really, the person I talked to from Republic yesterday basically stated the same thing here all the time. They're not going to do anything that's dangerous to the community, blah, blah, blah. EPD and EPA regulates their, everything's on the up and up. But that's why I don't understand why they're not out front. It's just kind of interesting to see the difference between them. We go back to the mining situation. DuPont came and tried to answer any questions, tried to have meetings, tried to be good neighbors, and that didn't work out too well for them either. So it's interesting to see the different takes with the two different companies. Yeah. Because DuPont came and they came to the public hearings. They had some other. Apparently, Republic had somebody at the person I talked to Republic yesterday said they had somebody at the Tuesday meeting. But I said,
well, not officially.
If they were just looking. If they were there, they didn't recognize them. They didn't say anything. So
maybe they're incognito, Bob. Just trying to get the secret input.
If they're listening, when I said we'd love to have them here.
Yeah, we'd love to have them on.
Still looking for a statement from them. Haven't talked to several people, and all three people, oh yeah, sure. So they've got my email, they've got the address, they've got everything, but so far nothing from Republic.
Well, we've said this about elected officials all the time, and it's the same thing here. If it's a good idea, if it's good for the folks out there, that don't keep quiet about it, come on the Butch and Bob show and we'll talk about it.
That's what gives you the bad feeling. If it's such a great thing and there's no health issue and it's not a problem, then why aren't Republic out telling everybody?
I mean, you would think that the EPA and EPD would look out for the folks of the state of Georgia and Wayne County.
The feeling you get is they're just thumbing their nose and saying, look, we've got the permit, we've got everything going, and we're going to do what we want to do because we're going to make millions of dollars. And believe me, that's what it's all about.
It's always about the money. We say that.
They're looking to make millions and millions of dollars bringing the stuff in.
When somebody says they're confused, is it a train depot or rail spur? Well, it's a rail spur off of the rail tracks, but they're going to build a 4-track depot in there.
It's a rail yard is what they're doing.
Rail yard. Okay, rail yard. When I say depot, it's going to be more of a yard. You've seen these big yards where you go up there and there's like these 4 or 5 train tracks next to each other and they can all park there and sit there. It's that's rail yard is what it's going to be. It have one spur coming off the rail tracks, but once it gets there, it's going to break off into several different tracks.
I said they're going to have the capacity to bring 10,000 tons a day, and like Kevin Copeland said at the Tuesday meeting, it can be 10,000 tons of garbage or it could be 10,000 tons of coal ash. We don't know what they're going to be bringing in once they build the rail yard. So that's the concern, what they're going to bring in. And the concern is they're going to bring this coal ash, which is still kind of ironic to me when they stated Tuesday night that they've already brought it in. That's kind of was shocking to me when I asked that
They've already
question.
brought some in.
Right. I mean, they've got the permit to bring it in. They've already brought it in. So the question is, how much have they brought in, and are they still bringing it in? Who knows?
Who knows? What's in those trucks going through that gate out there on Broadhurst?
I have no idea.
Inquiring minds want to know, Bob. All right, another comment here doesn't have anything to do with the coal ash. Someone commented here, must be a Tennessee fan. Jordan McCray from Hinesville was called up to NBA Phoenix Suns last night after scoring a league record 61 points. He played college ball in Tennessee, or maybe there's a local person. But Jordan McCray from Hinesville was called up to the NBA Phoenix Suns last night after scoring a league 61 points.
Good for him.
Good for him. Local boy does good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Thanks for sending that in to us, folks. Glad to hear it. Let's see here. Let's see. Good morning. In case people haven't heard about it, yes, please something. Please what? I don't know what it says. Just ended right there. It just says please. All right. Good morning. If people haven't heard yet, please like I said, they said, remind listeners about the, oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Good morning. If people haven't heard yet about it, please remind listeners about the snoring sleep apnea lecture tonight with Dr. Chassé at 6:30 at Coastal Pines Technical College. So it's a free lecture put on by Wayne Memorial Hospital. Dr. Chassé there, ear, nose, and throat specialist, you there, and he'll be talking about snoring and sleep apnea. Plus, he'll take questions from the public on anything to do with his specialties, which is ear, nose, and throat. So this is your chance to go and sit, listen to the doctor talk about snoring and sleep apnea, and plus ask him any questions about anything to do with the ears, the nose, or the throat. 6:30 tonight at Coastal Pines Technical College in the Polytech Center there.
From what they told us when they were here hospital day, that's going to be a monthly series. You know, they're going to have one once a month for the entire year. So something when more hospitals decide to do. So hats off to physicians for taking time out of their busy schedule and putting these on. But it should be very interesting tonight, and hopefully they'll get a good crowd.
It's free. That's free. Free.
Right.
Can't beat free, Bob. Can't beat it.
And like I said, Thomas Chassé, good guy, entertaining. I'm sure he'll make it fun to be there. So, like I said, plus you're going to take questions and answers afterwards. So if you have any questions whatsoever on your sleep habits,
yes, sleep apnea, snoring, a lot of problems for a lot of folks out there. I've got both of those. And of course, I've been seeing Dr. Chassé now for a while. Of course, that was on another matter, but it was good to be able to go and sit there and hear ear, nose, and throat specialists talk about how to relieve in the snoring, what sleep apnea, what snoring does to your health, and also sleep apnea. A lot of folks have problems with that, and he'll talk about it and give you solutions to your problems, and of course any subject to do with ear, nose, and throat. Doesn't have to necessarily be snoring and sleep apnea, but that's what he's going to talk about. But then he'll open the questions up. So go get some free advice tonight from a doctor, Dr. Chassé, ear, nose, and throat specialist.
And a lot of events taking place next week. I said they got a softball banquet Monday night. Got a Tuesday night leadoff banquet. That's going to be fun. Byron Buxton's going to be the guest speaker. Looking forward to that Tuesday night at the high school commons area. So they did that last year. Carl Rose was the guest speaker last year. This year it's Byron Buxton. So it kicks off the season, introduces the team, and they get ready for next Thursday, a week from tonight. They'll be at a scrimmage in Hazelhurst. So they kick off the season. So first broadcast is the 16th when Long County comes to town. So baseball season's here. So as Jonathan mentioned, if you're out there, you want to be a sponsor, the spots are quickly filling up. So call one of your sales rep today, and we'll hook you up for Wayne County baseball.
Yeah,
it's a popular item.
You could have a business, you could have a charity, you could have a church, you could have anything out there. If you'd like to be a sponsor of Wayne County baseball here on WIFO, all you got to do is give us a call between 9 and 4 at 427-3711. We'll tell you what the advertising package is. You get a lot with it, and how you could be part of exciting Wayne County baseball. All right, somebody sent a text in about the coal ash situation. It says, shady business at its best. This is this person's comments. Shady business at its best. Hopefully we as a county will make notes come 2034 when we can renegotiate rates?
It's a long time.
That's a long time. It'll be here before you know it, Bob.
That's what I'd like to know, who made that deal.
That's a long time for one rate,
I mean,
you
for
know?
one rate.
Oh,
I mean, what was
they're
it?
going to pay you $1.82 for, how many years was that? 30?
I'd like to be a fly in the
40
wall.
years?
I mean,
40 years?
why did they agree to that?
40 years?
That's what I can't understand. I'm gonna lock you in at a rate from
Well, I'm just saying, even if it was just 94, it was at 40, it'd be 42 years, Bob.
That's crazy.
That's a long time to be stuck at one rate. For what we get out of it, we get paid a certain amount, what the county does, per ton. And they're estimated that this will bring anywhere from $4 to $5 million a year to the county if this much coal ash comes in. But as everyone knows, nobody wants the money. They want the coal ash gone.
All right.
So,
I want the money.
you know, it's just one of those things that just continue to be worked on. Remember, if you have any questions or comments here for us on the world famous Butch and Bob Show here on WYFO FM in Jessup, you can text us at 912-427-3711, 912-427-3711. You can text questions or comments about anything. We'll be glad to talk about it. It says, how many jobs we created with the rail spur and rail yard? Don't know.
We don't know because we haven't heard from Republic. You know, that's what.
Well, once they get the spur built, you won't have to have any more, you know, people working on it. Now, the rail yard itself, you're going to have probably coordinators in there and things of that sort. But I would say only a couple of people, wouldn't you think? 2 or 3 people, and that's the max. I don't know. And who owns the rail spur? Does the railroad company own the rail spur? Or does the private company own the rail spur? And are they responsible for the upkeep of it? I don't know how that works. You know, you see these rail spurs going off to factories and stuff like that. I don't know who's in charge of it. I don't know. But it'll be built at the request of Republic. I'm sure they don't have any idea how to build a rail track. But we'll see. It's got to be the railroad companies, you'd think. 912-427-3711. Questions or comments, anything at all. Anything come out of the school board meeting the other night that you want to comment on?
Well, just that they approved that K-9 program, you know, that comes to campus once a month and, you know, do a search. And, you know, they've stated from day one they think they got a issue with drugs at the high school and they're trying to correct that problem. And these K-9s are trained to not only find drugs, but pills and guns and everything else. So they'll come and have a assembly to explain what's going to take place, but it'll be a random thing. So
just one day you just go to school, and then next thing you know, here comes the dogs.
it's approved. And Bo Adams says he's going to come next week to explain more in detail. So we got him lined up next week to come, the high school principal, to talk about the program. So they feel it's a much needed program at the high school. And like I said, it was approved by the board last night. The board put the funding in for the program. And so those training, it's amazing how smart animals can be. But, you know,
those dogs that are trained like that are absolutely amazing.
They can sniff out weapons. They can sniff out prescription medication. They can, I mean, it's just
amazing.
It's unbelievable.
Amazing. The noses dogs out.
But again, it seems like the board wants this program, superintendent wants this program, so they put the money in, and the program was approved last night. It's going to start for, you know, like I said, it'll go through the end of this school year and all next school year as well. So that's the funding that was put in the budget.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad they're doing that, Bob. Other comments text into us. What happens to the bald eagles at the landfill area? I don't know. The landfill's been there for a long time, so I don't know what's. Yeah. My advice to the bald eagles is just stay away from it. There's plenty of woods out there. All you bald eagles out there, stay away from the landfill now. There's plenty of other woods out there.
But all bald eagles were in Statesboro. No, I'm just joking.
You thought they were in Statesboro, huh, Bob? All right, another comment sent in. Let's hope we stop this and save our children's future. Okay?
That's it.
I guess, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. I'm thinking not only my children's future, but my grandchildren's future. The baseball kickoff for the general public or the home run club members, and what's the cost, Bob?
$10, I believe. It's
$10?
Let me get my.
And I would believe that would be for everybody, wouldn't it be?
It's $10 at the door. I said it takes place next Tuesday. So again, Byron Buxton coming in as a guest speaker. I said I had a chance to still remember when he got signed or drafted Grappling County for that big event over there. That's when I met him. Got to watch him win the state title when beat Pierce County. So it'll be good to see Byron Buxton back here at the high school again at 6:30 at the high school, and tickets are trying to find $10.
Okay, it's so that everyone can go, not just the homegrown club members, but everyone. Yeah,
Public invited.
public invited.
Big event.
Okay.
Get the introduction. Like I said, they'll introduce the teams, and like I said it'll be before they go to Hazelhurst next Thursday, a week from tonight.
Okay.
So the season's right around the corner. Looking forward to it.
Okay.
Don't think we're going to freeze the first couple of games. Jonathan says the weather forecast is supposed to be pretty good. So
I sure hope so. It's usually cold as out on the wall the first day of the season. Our other question text in: can Wayne County come up with an ordinance or something that limits substances that can be brought in? Well, there was nothing we had no zoning, or we had no land ordinances or land management ordinances of any type here in Wayne County. And that's one of the problems we have here in Wayne County is you've got folks out there who are so vocal against zoning or land ordinances or land management ordinances or anything like that, as so many people through the years, county commissioners and so forth, and so many other folks have said, Wayne County needs that to be able to protect our property. But you've had so many people against it that we don't have that. So we're open to things like this happening, Bob. Until we get some sort of zoning or land management ordinances in or something of that sort. So, there's nothing we can do about that. That I know of. Do you?
I have no idea. I just know that if you ever go watching, to see how many trucks go in that landfill a day, and who knows what's going in that landfill.
You don't know what's in those trucks. Nope, don't know what's in there. It was mentioned that the Board of Commissioners, this is way back in 1992, Bob, the Board of Commissioners back in 1992. It was mentioned that the Board of Commissioners back in 92 that allowed Addington to come into Wayne County, revive stock in that company as a perk. Has this been validated? We don't know.
I have no idea.
No idea, because that was, a long time ago. That was a long, long time ago. I remember that was one of the big subjects when I first moved back to Wayne County and bought the station in 1992, and I don't remember any public opposition to it at all. Do you, Bob?
No, because I said, the Goose Creek landfill was completely closed down. Wayne
Filled
County
up.
at that time had decided where they're going to send their garbage or what they're going to do, and they decided they build this new landfill and take anybody else's garbage because that would be a savings to the taxpayers of Wayne County. And at the time, speaking to the living commissioners at that time, like I said, still trying to contact the former county administrator at that time. Haven't been able to get a hold of him yet, but I am running him down. But I did talk with Franklin Dennison for a good while yesterday. He was a commissioner at the time, and he said at the time, he was on, and a lot of those commissioners were on their way out too. That was like their last term. But I asked him about the perk getting stock in the company. He just laughed about that. He said he doesn't know where that's coming from. He said that's not something he remembers. And he said as far as he knows, that's not true. So
that means he didn't have any.
No, he doesn't. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any stock in the company.
Yeah.
But I said
the company that time.
I was hoping to get him to come in, but like I said, he said that it's been so long ago. He just what he remembers though is what most people remember. Like I said, the Goose Creek landfill was full. It was closing down. Wayne County had to find where they're going to send the garbage. Were they going to send it somewhere else and pay
dumping fees in another county? Yeah.
Or were they going to pay the host fee? And but like I said, the original contract was, or the original agreement was, for Wayne County to build the landfill where it currently is now and accept garbage from 13 surrounding counties all in southeast Georgia.
But apparently it wasn't limited to that.
And like I said,
it looks
that
like
was what they were told, but apparently they didn't own the landfill. So the people that own the landfill and like I said, it went from company to company.
Yeah, it's the third company that's owned the landfill.
It was Addington, now it's Republic. In between it was something else. So, it's a private business.
Yeah,
that's what they stressed Tuesday night. I mean, this is a private business, so
And what they do out there is regulated by the EPA and EPD.
Other businesses.
EPD, yeah. Well, Bob, our time is up here for the world famous Butch and Bob Show. Man, we're 1 minute over.
The key is the wetlands. That's our hope, you know.
Wetlands.
If Wayne County can prove it's going to affect the wetlands, that's the issue. So again, we'll put the address of the Corps of Engineers up on the website. Just keep in mind the deadline to comment on this issue is February 3rd. After that, they won't take any more comments.
All right, Bob. Thank you very much. All right, WIFO FM in Jessup, 105.5 on your FM dial. World famous.